We are backstage at the Straz. Lion King is at the Straz right now, looking at all the crazy cool things that happen to make this amazing production come to life. Tampa Bay's Morning Blend starts now. That's right. That's something we've been talking about for a while. I am so glad we were able to send Roxanne Wilder out there. I'm Natalie Taylor. It's April 10th. Welcome to the show.
And I'm Roxanne Wilder wearing, go big or go home. I'm like, we're talking about Lion King. I have to be in the spirit with some animal print, right?
You weren't alone. We saw a lot of that when we were able to go to the Straz and see the play for ourselves.
Okay, yesterday you asked me what my favorite part of the show was.
Yes, I did.
And we went with our daughters, and you share first, and then I'll tell you. I think we have the same. I think we have the same favorite part.
I will tell you. It was given to us, and this is going to be a tease if you've never seen The Lion King before, to try to grab an aisle seat. And it was told to us, and we were on an aisle. My daughter got to sit on the aisle. Yes, they come down the aisles. You feel like you're a part of the story, so much so that the actors will even interact. And my favorite portion was when the hyenas came down the aisle, and one looked right at my daughter and laughed and scared my daughter to death. Her eyes were this big.
Okay, for me, it was the coming down the aisle, the animals and the elephant. And just like you get chills when you look behind you and he's there. So that was amazing. And the music, I mean, we think of Hakuna Matata and Circle of Life, but the entire, all of it is incredible. Shadowland is one of my favorites. He's in You. So we had, they're the girls. I mean, they just had
with our
absolute
merch.
ball.
Of course.
Of course. That's what it's all about. What are you going to buy me?
Baby Simba is still sleeping with Alex as we speak. I mean, she is still all about baby Simba there.
They're a part of the bed for sure now, bedroom routine. So I do want to show behind the scenes what it was like. Michael, our photographer, and I, we went out there and learned a whole lot of cool stuff. Take it away.
You are looking at Pride Rock because I am backstage at the Straz Theater in downtown Tampa. I'm with Nala. Of course, she is in Lion King. We cannot wait to see this. Your real name is Thembelihle.
Yes.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're lovely, and I'm so excited for this tour because I've seen the show. It's incredible. All the sights and sounds, and the set is amazing. The costumes are amazing. Let's walk through and take a look at some of the things that happen behind the scenes.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
So one of the things that I love the most about being a part of this show is the craziness that happens back here. As you can see, as we're walking through the bunker, there's like all the different costumes. And the beautiful thing about it is that every single costume piece is unique to the person wearing it. No two people wear the same costumes or the same colors or the same shades. So the other thing is, the intricacy of the hand painting that goes into the costumes and some of the puppets is truly, masterful. One of the things I love the most is the lionesses, which is part of the pride of the Pride Lands. If you don't mind me reaching for one of these, they have these long, beautiful silks that are an extension of their torsos that make up the lioness, and each one is hand painted and hand beaded. So tens of thousands of hours went into creating these pieces and to fully realize the story on the stage.
That's
so
incredible.
I really love that.
I love, nothing in nature is the same. No one is identical, so you have all of that reflected in these beautiful costumes as well. I was trying to grab that from you, but I had to Roxanne, don't touch. But is that heavy when you put your costume on? Is that heavy?
Some of them are. So the hard thing about it is that you start in rehearsals and you're wearing your own clothes, and then as the show as we continue to put the show together, you start layering and putting on the costume pieces and putting everything together. My costume weighs about 13 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I went from running around in my own clothes, rehearsal clothes, to wearing a 13-pound corset and running around the stage.
And if someone has to throw you, that's going to add to that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So tell me how you get into your character, how you play Nala, because you have two things. Number one, the character that we're so familiar with, and those who love Disney, of course, who doesn't, and then also the character of an animal, turning into an animal on stage in your movement, and the challenge of the puppetry.
Oh my gosh.
It's so much.
Just hours and hours of research and also watching animals on National Geographic.
Oh,
but
do you really?
also,
That's cool.
oh yes, absolutely. Funny, I came into this thinking that I was going to infuse so much of myself into the role. Nala has taught me so much, just her loyalty, her resilience, her strength, and just how her courage ultimately, because she is the person who goes out to, find help and comes back to save the Pride Lands with Simba. So getting into that, it looks very different every day, but like it's a lot of training, it's a lot of, it's a very physical role. I call this the Olympics of theater. So
I can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have to talk to you about this because one of the beautiful things, again, so many beautiful things about The Lion King, the coming together of the animals and Circle of Life and this connectivity. And I know that you feel that as a cast, and I know that you recently lost a cast member, Marquise, who was one of your beloved cast members and was part of this Tampa Bay community, this very place. He trained at the Patel Conservatory. I'm so sorry for your loss, and tell me how everybody is coping.
I will say that this loss has shattered and has been very heartbreaking for the company and for the community as a whole, because Marquise impacted so many lives, even outside of The Lion King. But the legacy he leaves behind is one of excellence. Marquise was one of the most beautiful performers and dancers to watch on stage. He was a very quiet force backstage. He moved very quietly, but would also very carefully check in with people. And he had a lot of, we call them social cues backstage that we share to check in with each other and make sure that we're still locked in together. And he was one of the people who were really the glue that really kept this company together, and still will, because it's also been so amazing to witness the resilience of this company going through this loss and this heartbreak, to be able to still come together and do the show and say, in honor of Marquise, this is what he did until his very last day on earth. Marquise took workations. When he was away from work, he was not on a beach somewhere. He was teaching, he was dancing, he was, expressing himself through his fashion. It really is a heartbreaking loss, and we're all grieving and we are all devastated as a company, but we also have come together in the most beautiful way.
Thembi, thank you so much, and so appreciate the tour and talking with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You hear the music going. We had to wrap that interview. Talking about Marquise, I found some video of him. One of the best dancers I've ever seen, and of course from the Tampa Bay area, and they all felt it. They're feeling it performing, given the themes, the themes in Lion King.
You're exactly right, and I got to say, I know they were dedicating their performances at the Straz to Marquise. So I love that you touched on that, and I also love that she touched on being Nala and the lioness. That was another favorite part I had. I loved any time the lionesses would take to the stage.
That was one of my favorite parts too. I love them. The puppetry is incredible. It's very counterintuitive to dance and then maneuver those puppets. One thing I do want to mention, Disney's commitment to integrity and excellence. They have a resident director and a resident dance manager who travels with them everywhere. So here you have these performers. This show's been going on for over 2 decades. You're saying, how do they keep that level of excellence every night, bringing it? Well, you have those bosses in the theater traveling with them. They're writing notes. So you could be at this production for 20 plus years and you're still getting your director notes. You're like, wait, I know my job. But it's Disney's level of excellence, and that's why it's so good and everyone wants to see it. So.
And you also said controlled chaos with all of those props and the way they're moving and things behind stage. That was cool to be able to see.